Those of you who follow How the World Works or Liberal Viewer know that they've been having somewhat of a debate. And when it first began a couple of weeks ago, I really had no intention of thrusting myself in the middle. But in his most recent response, How the World Works claimed that Liberal Viewer was misleading his viewers, and then he made a statement that rubbed me the wrong way.
I stand by every single one of my videos. I provide links to everything that I say, and only once or even twice have I ever been proven wrong on any of the factual arguments that I make. And yet I always make an immediate correction.
And to understand why this statement struck me as being dishonest, we have to go back several months to a video I posted on March 30th, 2009 called How the World Works, the Conspiracy Theorist. In this video, I criticized How the World Works for accusing climatologist James Hansen of forging data. This accusation turned out to be completely baseless, and 4 days later, on April 3rd, How the World Works retracted his statement in a video which he titled Lightbulb Ban.
I had the false impression, I was actually wrong, that James Hansen actually inputted the data and then announced it.
But what you didn't see was this PM he sent me on April 2nd, titled, "If you think I'm going to respond to your video, you're kidding yourself." In this PM, How the World Works backed down from his original claim that James Hansen personally forged data, instead asserting that he knew about it but reported it anyway. Still, How the World Works showed absolutely no intent to correct his original statement. It took an exchange of several more PMs that day before he was convinced to admit his error.
Check out Antybu86. He made a really good rebuttal at the end of his video.
Yet I'm still left to wonder why he decided to give my, quote, really good rebuttal a 1-star rating. And of course, this whole exchange dramatically clashes with the recent statement he made in his video to Liberal Viewer.
I stand by every single one of my videos. I provide links to everything that I say, and only once or even twice have I ever been proven wrong on any of the factual arguments that I make. And yet I always make an immediate correction.
A few months later, on August 7th, I posted a second video about How the World Works, titled Don't Spam the White House, where I criticized him for inciting his viewers to forward porn to a White House email address.
Then what you're going to do is you're going to sign flag@whitehouse.gov to every newsletter, spam folder, porn, or anything you can possibly imagine, and you flood that White House email list with the most vile crap in the world.
A few hours after I uploaded this video, I noticed that How the World Works had removed the original video I was responding to and posted a new video telling his viewers that, in fact, it might be a bad idea to send the White House porn. Initially, I was impressed at the speed of his retraction, but then I noticed that at some point after I'd made my video response, he decided to give it 1 star and then block me from his channel. Now, I'm not really upset about this, and I don't know the reason why How the World Works decided to block me. Maybe he just accidentally fell on the block button. But if he did block me for exposing his original plan as flawed, then that says quite a bit about his character. And How the World Works, if you're watching this video right now, please feel free to clarify this for all of us.
I stand by every single one of my videos. I provide links to everything that I say, and only once or even twice have I ever been proven wrong on any of the factual arguments that I make. And yet I always make an immediate correction.
And as How the World Works says, he stands by all of his videos. And when I criticized his sources all the way back in my How the World Works Conspiracy Theorist video, I was hoping that he would actually begin to start using credible news outlets. But after going through his recent videos, I've discovered that this has clearly not happened. Take this example from his recent video, National Journalism is Dead.
So folks, I hate to break it to you, but Fox News is the only place where you can find real journalists on the national news scene. I'm sorry. For example, is the media going to tell you that 45% of doctors would consider quitting if we pass a healthcare overhaul? That means that no matter what type of care you're going to get paid for, you don't have better doctors. And we'll have less doctors, like Great Britain does. Are they going to report this?
And if you actually go and read the original survey, conducted and published in Investor's Business Daily, it should become abundantly clear why these other news organizations haven't reported this statistic. As you can see, they polled 1,376 participating physicians by mail, but they also claim that the responses are, quote, still coming in, and they completely omit the number of responses that these numbers are based on. For all we know, their sample size could be extraordinarily small. After all, you have to admit that it's a little odd that they would publish a survey before it's even completed. Also, if you're like me and you're wondering how they randomize the sample, you're completely out of luck. And this is something I would like to know because Investors Business Daily's numbers dramatically clash with the study that the New England Journal of Medicine published only one day earlier. And this study seems to be a lot more reliable because not only did they double the amount of physicians polled, but they actually completed the survey before they published it. And they found that a combined 72.5% of them wanted some form of the public option. And since you are railing about the journalistic integrity of other news outlets, I'm wondering how the world works, why you have failed to report these numbers to your viewers. Because I do find it odd that you would choose to spout the numbers of an obviously flawed study rather than show a study from one of the most prestigious medical journals around. The obvious explanation here is that you don't want to show anything that might contradict your political agenda. But who knows? Maybe you have a better explanation, and I'm willing to hear your side of the story. Do you have a good reason for this, or are you just a dishonest person?